welcome to Season 2 of Mr. Strauss's Chemistry Corner. Just a recap of last year, Mr. Strauss was held captive in the lab, surrounded by cations. His harrowing escape was positively amazing. So, just to remind you that this is filmed before a studio live audience, all the laughter and applause is real, not a laugh track. Okay. So, today we're going to learn how to name nonmetals to nonmetals and acids. And nonmetals to nonmetals are actually fairly easy, so we cover those first. And to all of you in Alaska watching, this is just a big shout out. I know it's been a whole summer. All right. So when naming nonmetals bonded to nonmetals, we're going to go from formula to name first. Thank you, T. So suppose I've got, I don't know, P3F2. If I go too fast, let me know. I get nervous when I'm on stage, John. I can't speak too fast. So, we can follow our flow chart. Does the formula start with the letter H? No. How many capital letters? 2. Is the first element a metal? Wait a minute, over here. 2. This is 2. First element a metal? No. We're going to cross out the formal system. We're only going to use the common naming system. So with the common naming system, you name the first element and then use a prefix to tell you how many of that element there are. So what's the name of P, Rhea? Phosphorus. How many phosphoruses do we have? 3. So then we use the prefix tri. So this becomes tri-phosphorus. Then we go on to name the second element. This time, we will change the ending to IDE. So, how many phosphoruses do we have, Dan?
Fluorides.
I'm sorry, fluorides.
Fluorides.
Difluoride? 2 fluorides. So it's going to be di. Di is 2 in Latin. Bi is 2 in Greek, right?
Spell chloride.
No, it's U-O-R-I-D-E, difluoride. So, di is 2 in Latin, bi is 2 in Greek. If you're in Greece, you ride your bicycle. If you're in Italy, you ride your dicycle. Di means 2. That's not true. I just made it up. They ride mopeds. They don't have bicycles. Okay. So, this one will be, like I said, triphosphorus difluoride. How about this one? CO. Now, there's one of each. And if we look at our prefixes, it says the prefix 1 is mon. However, there's a little bit of a asterisk that we're going to put on our appendix B. So let's put a little asterisk right there. never use mon with first element. So that is when we are naming nonmetals to nonmetals, you never use the prefix mon when naming the first element. So now some of this is going to make complete sense, Peter. So CO. How many carbons do we have? One. Do not use the prefix mon with the first one. So we just say the word carbon. But we do get to use the prefix mon with the second one. So how many oxygens do we have? One. So one would be carbon monoxide. And now you can probably guess what this one is called.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. We do not say monocarbon dioxide. You say carbon dioxide. Bless you. And then to go the other way from name to formula, so if we had disulfur pentiodide, the prefixes tell you how many of each there are. So if it's disulfur, it would be S2. Pentiodide would be 5 iodides, S2I5.
That's easy.
So the nonmetals to nonmetals, like I said, I find are the easiest to do. The acids, on the other hand, get to be a little tricky. So any questions on nonmetals to nonmetals? Yep, John.
Why does it say on the appendixes to watch out for N, C, S, I, P, and N?
Oh, that's with the... Where does it say
It's at
that?
the very top. Above that.
Oh, that's for the formal system.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And one question that actually... Metalloids get grouped in with the nonmetals for this. So it says it's the first element of metal. If you were dealing with this, SiO2, is silicon a metal? No. Is it a nonmetal? No, it's a metalloid. But our flow chart doesn't say, is it a nonmetal? The flow chart says, is it a metal? So if it's not a metal, it automatically gets thrown over here. So both metalloids and nonmetals get named by this system, even though I call it nonmetal to nonmetal. So this would be silicon dioxide, right? Any other questions before we move on to our next adventure?